My colleague was telling me there are some people on the table right over there who speak Italian, and I should try to help them. At this place, I weren't really capable of speaking Italian fluently and well, and I were, come on, give it a try, why not? And I were coming closer to them and taking a look on them, and I tried my best, kind of like. And even to that point, I were kind of like confident that I were able to do something about topics which come, but even when we're not perfectly. And I was also for me it was very important to tell the people that I'm not capable of doing this perfectly. Also in this scenario, what just happened to me, and we're telling them I'm not perfect. And they were like, yeah, we understand, no big deal. And I tried to help them. And especially when you have kind of like rude people, just the bad ones, who tell you like, yeah, but then they just kick your ass. Then, like, especially in this scenario, it was like this. Later, she was just asking me if I just can kind of like bring someone who's capable of speak real Italian, and I'm like, kind of like felt embarrassed for my life. I had kind of like a similar situation where a Spanish speaking person just told me, you don't speak good Italian. And kind of like, I've met hundreds of Italians who just told me the opposite. But just in this second, this crushes you completely. And just this kind of like, sits from this moment, this sits in your head for the whole day. I promise you, this will. And that's exactly where it comes to the point to understand that there are some risks when you are in your business or you're somewhere and try to speak a new language, and also to get prepared for them well. The first thing is, if you're on the business and you have colleagues, tell them that you learn the language, but tell them that they don't tell anybody that you can't speak this language. Or they even shouldn't come to the idea to send you to a person who is able to speak the language. When there come customers in Italian, they shouldn't tell me that I have to do this because I'm not perfectly good in Italian. Especially in my market, this is a big deal, because if you want to make glasses, communication is the alpha and omega. It means if you can't speak to someone, then you cannot help someone when you can't speak to him. Okay, basically, as I grow older and I have some tricks, and life becomes easier step by step. But there are things where I can't help, and I have kind of like a very high standard, not for my Italian, but for my customers. I want to give my best to the customers, and this means that I have to be able to understand them properly. Basically, you also have to make in this whole thing that I try to explain you actually, you have to make your own experiences. Because you have to understand that there are areas where this is very important to do, and there are areas where this is not that important to do. And when you can speak and you can try to help people, then just do it. And I don't know why I also told my boss several times, but we don't have a translator tool or something. I just were like, we have so many apps, bullshit apps, where I can show my customers bullshit, really bullshit. This is bullshit. And he knows that. He knows that it's bullshit. But we have kind of like several foreign speakers of foreign languages who need help. And we didn't understood that there are people who need help. Basically, that's everything what business is about. okay, basically business is about making money, but I think you've got the point. When you can't satisfy the things that your customers want, then why you're there? You will get bankrupt. But however, basically what I wanted to tell you is you have to make your own experiences, because there are environments who are very open to your mistakes, and there are environments who aren't open for your mistakes. And it is kind of like a question how good you react to pushbacks and fatal experiences. If you know that your environment is very open, kind of like, I don't know, where you have very innovative or cool people, that's also a point, cool people, they will be very cool with you making mistakes and having some issues to understand the people properly. But when you get to the wrong people, this will be hard as hell. It means, for example, very good example, dialects. The dialects will always be a very big issue, especially if you speak Arabic, for example. Arabic will kill you with the dialects. I'm sorry about that, but it's a fact. For this case, I speak Fusha, but however, speaking a foreign language is in this case very hard, because it could happen that you have issues to understand the people. For this, it is very important to have kind of like a basic knowledge on how to ask the people what exactly these words mean. And if you have the first category, the cool people, they will try to help you. They will try to find a way to get you understand what they mean, and this will give you this will help you tremendously and deeply, and you will kind of like never forget this word again, or almost never. And for example, we make kind of like, in Italian, I had a person and I tried to help her with a very specific condition in the visual and eyes area, and well, like, I needed to have the word cross, and she was like groge and la groge, and I just had learned this word, and surprisingly I had used this word very kind of like surprisingly often the last time. And yeah, was an interesting experience. And if you ask the right people, they will help you, and they won't kind of like speak offensive to you or be angry about you or something. But there are people, and you have to be careful about them, because they can damage you hardly on some point. And yeah, crazy dialects will kill you. And this is the moment when you just like stand in front of a person, they speak the language that you had learned, but something is different. Something is cruelly different, and you don't understand it. That's currently what happened here in Switzerland the whole time. When I'm at work and there's someone calling from, I don't know, another part of Switzerland, and they're on the phone, and I just recognize immediately that there is something completely different. And I can't really explain what is different, but there is something completely different. And in this case, I just need a second to switch my brain and to get used to this, and then it's totally fine. But when it's not your mother tongue, then you will end up like having issues. And please be aware of one fact: even when you are a native speaker of a language, doesn't mean that you speak all or can understand, or that you're capable of all the dialects. That's an interesting fact. We have kind of like we have a friend speaks French, and when there comes a French speaker from an African country where they speak French, they ask like, is there not a person who can speak real French? And that can happen, but bear this in mind. She's a native speaker, and there are people coming and be like, but please bring me someone who is really able to speak this language. This is the moment where you understand, and this is a very interesting moment, where you understand that when a person says and tells you that you speak bad in your language, this means nothing. This means nothing. Especially when they speak dialects, when they use words that you don't use, or whatever they do. And maybe there's another thing. If you speak, and that's also a risk, what you have to bear in mind, it's kind of like moments of silence. Yes. You speak to another person and you're like, hell, what do I want to say? Okay, maybe I just think and then speak, but let me think. What did I wanted to tell you? Oh God, hell, what do I wanted to tell you? You know, this happens in your native language too. Had you ever recognized this? This happens. This happens. It doesn't really matter if this happens in your native language or in a language you learn. Actually, this happens everywhere, always. The most stupid things happen. Yes, they happen. You just stand there and just search a word in your own language, in your mother tongue. You stand there and be like, oh God damn it. What was the name for this here? What was the name? Oh, I'm so stupid. You know this. This happens not only to you, this happens to people. That's just human things. Very human. Cose molto umane. Also a very interesting podcast in Italian. I just can recommend you to get experiences. Don't be scared. And understand that this whole progress and the whole process is kind of like a human thing, a very human thing. And this means that even when you feel that there happens something but doesn't make you perfect, could be very normal, hell as boring normal. And that's basically the risks that you should be aware of, and you can just control them by taking the decision how much you let in and taking care of yourself, because this is very important, and to don't take the people too serious who tells you that you're not capable of doing X, Y, Z. Because this is the most interesting people. The people are telling you that you're not good in the other language, but they are sitting monolinguistic in their own language. They're like standing there, I speak Italian, you speak bad Italian. And I'm like, I speak 4 languages, you speak 1. What do you want to tell me? What do you want to tell me? I try to help you. And I try to speak with you and to communicate. And you just sit there. That's just human things. That she's like angry at me because I'm not perfect. And basically, you need to learn that this is just human things. And that all the things that happen creates desires. They create desires. If someone tells you speak bad and you're hell bad in your language, maybe this creates the desire to stop. That's the worst what can happen. That's the worst what can happen. But maybe this creates, and this is the more interesting thing, maybe this creates the desire to learn way harder than you ever had. Would be a cool desire. And you can take the decision in these moments if a stupid person is able to decide which part and which way you take. Or if you self take the path and you self decide which way you're going to go. And I hope for you that is the second way, the desire to crush this person and to be better the next time. And even better the next time. And even better the next time. Or even to don't care and just move your way is also a good way. But the first is not a good way. No, just don't stop. Don't take this personal. There are some stupid people outside here. Very stupid, and nothing ever will be capable of saving them. And yeah, also you can't help them. Yeah, that's totally fine. Yeah. However, have a great time. I hope you had enjoyed this video. If you had, then leave a subscribe. If not, then leave a comment why. Would be interesting. I had talked a little bit too much, I know, but I'm kind of like improving. That's the thing what I try to, that's my message also for you, try to improve. And yeah, if you want me to improve, just leave a comment down below, explain me why, and make it constructive. Will be very cool. And yeah, leave something like a thumbs up or something, or subscribe would be so cool. And yeah, have a great time.